Gradient effects are super easy to achieve in InDesign, and they're a great way to make your design stand out. Don't forget to subscribe to Envato Tuts Plus for more free courses and tutorials. I'm Ashley Harrell, and in this tutorial, all you will need is a few of your favorite fonts and design elements. But before we begin, make sure you check out Envato Elements. Get unlimited downloads of design assets, templates, and fonts like the one used in this tutorial. Subscribe now with the link in the description. Select the Swatches panel and select New Color Swatch. We will be working in the color mode CMYK, and for the first color, use 08224 And for our second swatch, we will use 01785 and click on Add, and now click on Done. Let's add a new gradient swatch. Change your swatch name to Duotone Gradient. And for our first color stop, we will use the color that we created earlier, and for the second one, use the second color and click on Add. Now select your artwork where you would like to apply the gradient, and then do the same for the other shape as well, but I am changing my angle to -139 degrees. And that is how you create a duotone gradient in InDesign. Now let's make a blackout gradient. Go ahead and create 3 new swatches. For the first swatch, we will be using 0, 87, 2, and 0. For the second swatch, we will use 1, 14, 63, 0. And for our last swatch, use the colors 0, 92, 99, and 0. Now let's make a gradient. Rename your gradient. And on the gradient ramp, select the swatches that we just created. And now grab your ellipse tool and make a circle that's a little bit bigger than the moon and send it towards the back. Select your gradient and change the angle to -30. Now go to your effects panel and click on Gradient Feather and change the type to radial and move your left stop over to the center. And adjust your right stop as well. And now here I'm just enlarging my circle and moving it more towards the left. I am copying and pasting the same circle and moving it more towards the right. And here I will change the angle to 20 degrees. And making it just a tad bit smaller. And that is how you make a blackout gradient. Now I will show you how to make a pride gradient. Let's start with the first color. The first color should be 0, 93, 86, 0. For our next color, it will be 0, 60, 83, and 0. For the next color, use 8, 6, 93, and 0. For the next color, use 80, 3, 86, and 0. For our fifth color, use 82, 63, 0, and 0. And for our final color, use 38, 93, 0, and 0. And now we're going to add a new gradient swatch. Rename your gradient. And using the gradient ramp, we're going to be selecting the colors that we just created for our rainbow gradient. and try to space them out as evenly as possible on your gradient ramp. Once you're done, click on Add and go ahead and highlight your text and apply the pride gradient. And here I'm just moving over my front text, and I am now working with my background text, and I'm applying the gradient to that as well. And that is how you create a pride gradient. Now let's get started on our pastel / neon gradient. For the first color, we will be using 1465 0 and 0. For our next color, we will use 59 0 6 and 0. For our third color, we will use 0 33 22 and 0. And then for our final color, we will use 0 86 7 and 0. Now we're going to make two gradient swatches. For our first gradient swatch, I am going to be naming this the background gradient. And we're going to use the first two swatches that we created. Now for our foreground gradient, we're going to select the last two swatches. Now I'm going to select my sun, and I will be using the foreground gradient and changing the angle to 40 degrees. And then I will select my background and of course apply the background gradient and changing the angle to 90 degrees. Now I will highlight my text and apply the foreground gradient. And I will also do this to the second layer of text that I have here, but I will be using the background gradient. And now here I am just adjusting the amount of blue I want for this layer because I want it a little bit more blue than pinkish. And that is how you create a pastel gradient. For our next gradient, we will be making a retro effect. For our first color, use 3, 6, 91, and 0. Next color is 0, 44, 93, and 0. Next up is 0, 59, 94, and 0. Now let's do 0, 92, 92, and 0. Next color is 0, 93, 0, and 0. Next color is 77, 100, 0, and 0. Now let's do 100, 90, 22, and 5. And now do 73, 9, 4, and 0. Next color is 77, 4, 47, and 0. Next color is 7, 3, 17, and 0. And for our final color, do 72, 67, 59, and 79. I am selecting my background and applying the very light pale green color. And here I'm selecting my artwork, and I will be applying each color swatch that I just created to my text. Here I'm starting off with the color yellow, and as I build upward, it will get darker. Now here, select your artwork and edit, copy, and then edit, paste, and place. And here I'm moving my words up just a tad bit, about 5 upward keystrokes, and then highlighting my text again and selecting each new color. Here I'm just fast forwarding a bit because it is a bit tedious. And that's how you create 5 awesome gradient effects in InDesign. If you like this video and you would like to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to click that little bell icon to be notified of any new videos. I'm Ashley Harrell. Thanks for watching.